How is it going, everyone? Today I'm here with my New Japan Pro Wrestling King of Pro Wrestling 2018 review. Of course, King of Pro Wrestling aired live on New Japan World this morning. And before I get into the review, I just want to state that going to the show, I was very tired watching it. I was probably half awake watching this show because the last couple of days I've gotten very little sleep. So I watched the first half of the show, half asleep, and really, don't really remember much. A lot of my memory of the first half of the show is kind of foggy, so I do apologize in advance for that. But the second half of the show, I decided to watch this morning because I was like, you know what, halfway through the show, I was like, I can watch the rest of the morning. I'm too tired. I know I'm not going to remember most of it, so I just want to give a heads up. So the first half of the show, like I said, my memory is pretty foggy, not the exact best. So I just want to apologize about that beforehand. But King of Pro Wrestling 2018, I gotta say, for a show that I wasn't really too excited for because they didn't even announce the card for the show until a week ago, I thought it was a great show for the most part. I thought the first half was kind of, even though my memories are not the greatest, I thought it was okay. I thought there really wasn't anything must-see in the first half. But the last half of the show really redeemed itself. I felt like the last half was definitely great, and I really enjoyed it. So I definitely saved this from being like an okay to decent show. But it was good, from the aspects of storyline telling and just, different angles and different ways you're going. I feel like this is a very new, noteworthy show. Of course, you had a new LIJ member. You had, definitely tension between the Golden Lovers. You have new Bullet Club members. You just had a lot of things happen in almost every match. It seemed like in almost every match something big at least happened, whether it's during the match, after the match, before the match. It just seemed like something noteworthy came out of almost every match. I apologize for stuttering. But, like I said, still thought it was a great show. Definitely enjoyed it. But, like I said, the last half really saved this from being like a whatever show, to be perfectly honest. But the show opened up with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Of course, El Desperado and Kanemaru. I always butcher his name, and I apologize for that. Taking in, of course, Jyushin, Thunder Liger, and Tiger Mask right from the get-go. Of course, Suzuki attacking Liger and Tiger Mask before the match even started. During their entrance, actually, they attacked them. And, that was pretty much how the match started. They isolated, Liger from Tiger Mask for a good portion of it, just doing their, tactics and tag team maneuvers and just isolating him until, of course, Liger had the hot tag on Tiger Mask. Tiger Mask ran roughshot, hit a Tiger Driver for a nice near fall, to which one point I believe El Desperado threw in a whiskey bottle, and that's what prevented the 3 count. The referee's hand went down, hit the whiskey bottle, so that prevented the 3 count. But I thought it was pretty smart. I thought that was a good thing to do, or good, way to stop the referee count. He ended up, spitting mist into Tiger Mask's face, but, Tiger Mask was fight back, ended up hitting the Tiger Suplex, but the referee, there was a referee bump, so the referee wasn't able to count 3 for that, so nothing happened. But then, of course, Suzuki-gun got the upper hand, hit their tag finish onto, I don't think it was tag finish, I think they just, it was a low blow, and I forgot what the move they hit, but at the end of the day, El Desperado and Kanemaru retained the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. This was actually a very fun opener. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match, and honestly, this is probably the best match on the first half of the show. I thought it was really fun, and, definitely the legends get their stuff in, and definitely made Suzuki-gun, who've been the longest reigning IWGP Tag Team, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team champions, and I don't know how long, because, those titles usually always hot potato each other with other teams, but they're the longest reigning tag team champions in the past, I don't know how many years, and I thought it was definitely a good way for them to walk out champions still. So, fun opener. I really enjoyed it. From there, we go to GBH, taking on Juice Robinson and Henare, which Henare is, I don't know what the fuck's up with this guy. He just, every move, like, I was getting very annoyed with Henare, so I wasn't impressed with him either. Like, he wasn't bad, but I just really wasn't impressed with him. Him and Makabe had some good interactions, at one point towards the end of the match. Hit a huge lariat and desperation spear on him, which I thought came off absolutely awesome for a nice near fall until he got broken up. Juice Robinson looked good as always. I wish they'd do more with him. I know he was just IWGP US champion, but he definitely should be where Jay White's at, in my personal opinion, but that's just me. But this is, another fun match. It was fine. It wasn't anything bad. GBH got the win after, Makabe hit the King Kong knee drop onto Henare for the win. So that was that. It was fun. Nothing bad, but, I think everyone looked good. And then from there, I'm going to go to a 8-man tag team match. Of course, the Bullet Club Elite, the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Hangman Page, and Chase Owens taking on the Bullet Club OGs. Of course, being Guerrillas of Destiny, Fale, and Ishimori. This was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I thought, the OGs looked really good in terms of dominance. Ishimori and Nick Jackson had a very awesome interaction at the beginning of the match, where they both kind of did like you know, just mirroring each other's moves, and just, you know, I did that whole thing where, you know, they would just do the same moves at the end, like kind of do like the pose. You know what I'm talking about. So I thought that was a great spot right there. But like I said, you know, OGs were very dominant. There was one point in the match where everyone was pretty much brawling on the outside to the point where you didn't even know what was going on. You just heard the commentators commentating what was happening because the camera couldn't keep up what was happening. So, you know, then they played the Matt Jackson's back where Tonga Lower body slam Matt Jackson on the outside. So I played, of course, into his back, and back in the ring they would, of course, work on that back, whether it's taking the weight belt off and just working on it or what. But then, of course, Matt Jackson has Desperation spear, followed by a tag to Hangman. Hangman ran roughshod for a while, hit his drop kick into a standing shooting star, which is absolutely awesome, or moonsault, sorry, which is absolutely, love that move. Hangman Page is absolutely awesome. Chase Owens got a tag, ran roughshod for a good while. Chase Owens actually pretty good. You know, I don't think Chase Owens is great, but he definitely isn't bad by any means. But of course, his luck would run out after a while when, you know, he'd try to go for a package pile driver. Girls of Destiny would, you know, intervene, which would lead into a pop-up gun stun from Tama Tonga for the 1-2-3 victory. So Bullet Club OG get the win over Bullet Club Elite, which was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And then from there on, we go to a 6-man tag team match. Hirooki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and of course, Will Ospreay taking on Zuki-gun. Not really much to this match. Of course, the best part about this match was the interaction between Suzuki and Ishii. Anytime those two go at it, I think everyone loses their shit because they just beat the holy fuck out of each other. And that's what they did here, to the point where they're just pretty much egging each other on to beat the fuck out of each other, and that's what they did. They're laying their shots, and I thought I just absolutely loved it. I know they're building towards their Rev Pro match coming up, but I thought what they were doing in this match was absolutely awesome. I loved every second of it. But besides that, not much to it. You know, Taichi's in the match, so what can you really expect when Taichi's involved? Nothing good, I'll tell you that. Taichi's absolutely fucking terrible. Which, by the way, speaking of Taichi, best part about this match was Will Ospreay getting the hot tag, hitting a missile dropkick on Taichi, and hitting Stormbreaker, or Storm's End, I keep forgetting the name of it, onto Taichi, and pins him 1-2-3. So Will Ospreay pins the Never Openweight champion. They made a big deal. Obviously, Ospreay is getting, you know, elevated to the heavyweight division, so him beating Taichi, you know, going after that Never Openweight title is the first step to it. So, you know, the match was what it was. It wasn't anything terrible, but, you know, I wouldn't go back to watch it. The only thing I would really check out during this match, like if you had to check out a bit of it, was definitely Suzuki and Ishii. But besides that, not much to it. Besides, you know, like I said, Ospreay pinning Ishii, or not pinning Ishii, I apologize. Ospreay pinning Taichi to pretty much secure a future never Openweight Championship title match, which I'm excited for. First off, I don't know why Taichi even has that title, but Will Ospreay, like I said, he's elevating. No complaint. No pun intended with his theme song, but yeah, it was what it was. From there, I'm going to go to an 8-man tag team match, of course. Chaos taking on LIJ. Of course, LIJ debuting their brand new member, which, you know, at first Naito kind of teased who it was kind of making fun of it, and then he introduces the Dragon. And then the Dragon ends up being Shingo Takage. And that was great. You know, the dude's great. He started the match off with Show, I believe it was Show. You know, had a pretty good beginning of the match, and of course he tagged out the Bushi, and you know, Bushi got double teamed a handful of times in this match by Roppongi 3K. You know, Naito and Okada had, you know, their infamous interactions, and they, you know, they locked in the signature stuff. Okada hitting a beautiful missile drop kick onto Naito at one point, which came up absolutely beautifully. And of course, the ending came with Takage getting the tag, just absolutely destroying, I believe it was Show, and hitting the last Chancery, the last Falconry. I keep screwing it up, but and the pin is finished, which is absolutely awesome, by the way, on Show, I believe it was, for the 1-2-3 win. So LIJ get the win. Shingo looks absolutely great in this match. I thought, you know, even though it wasn't the match very long, I thought what he did was effective and noticeable. So I definitely enjoyed what Shingo had to offer in this match, and, you know, it was a fun match. It was enjoyable. It was quick, but it was fun. So that was that, and that was actually the first half of the show. So nothing too noteworthy besides Shingo's debut, or joining LIJ, I should say. But you know, it was what it was. And of course, we go to the second half of the show, which was supposed to be Evil taking on Zack Sabre Jr. But during Evil's awesome entrance, might I add, who, none other than one of the Druids, or whatever you want to call them, attack Evil. And of course, who is it? It's Cosplay Chris Jericho. And Jericho attacks him, hits a code breaker, hits him with the IWGP Intercontinental title. You know, basically every Jericho attack he's done in the last year. Nothing new. Which, not to hate on Jericho, but I'm over it. I'm over his surprise appearances. It's like, come on, dude. Like, either fucking wrestle or don't even show up at this point. Like, I know he wants to be the Brock Lesnar of New Japan, but it's like, how many times can he disguise himself as somebody and attack him the exact same way every single time? I don't know. I'm just kind of over it. But attacks Evil. Match never starts. It's thrown out. It's ruled a no contest. Zack Sabre Jr. wants the match to start though, but he's like, fuck it, I'll just beat the fuck out of Evil. Attacks Evil. Naito makes a save. So obviously they're setting up for Naito and Zack Sabre Jr. going on the line once again, which I don't have a problem with. I thought their match at the G1 was absolutely awesome. So I'm definitely all for a feud between the two of them. I don't think they're going to hold it out till Wrestle Kingdom. They'll probably have a match at one of the Power Struggle shows. But I'm all for Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tatsumi Naito. So Evil, like I said, Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. never started. Just to set up the angle with the Evil and Jericho. For the record, to be perfectly honest, I don't really care for this Jericho-Evil feud. I don't care to see it. I know their match is probably going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom, but I don't know. It's not one of those matches that intrigues me like a Jericho versus Kenny Omega or Jericho versus Tatsumi Naito. I just don't care for Evil and Jericho, to be perfectly honest. So, I don't know. I can't sink my teeth into that, but it was what it was. It was a great setup for the angle, or for the feud still, but, you know, I just, like I said, don't care for it. From there, we go to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tournament Finals, because it was a tournament even though it was only 4 people. Kushida and Marty Scurll, they went out there and had an awesome match, I thought. I thought they both went out there and worked very, very hard. Great technical wrestling. And I thought they told a great story as well. You know, Kushida was very dominant over Marty Scurll early on. Marty Scurll got the upper hand. You know, the apron kick to the outside, threw him back in the ring. Looked like he kicked his teeth out of his mouth, which, you know, Marty Scurll beat the fuck out of Kushida almost in this match. And it was great. You know, I thought the story was great with, you know, Kushida. Marty Scurll at one point, you know, stepping on the hands of Kushida, which prevented Kushida to lock in the hoverboard lock because his hand was all fucked up. And he was begging the ref, like, telling him, like, hey, my hand's fucked up, I can't do it. So I thought that was a great part in the match. Marty Scurll went for the graduation at one point, which Kushida countered it into a crash air raid, or air raid crash, whatever you want to call it, which I thought was great. That was a great counter and a nice near fall right there. Towards the end, Marty Scurll was like not hulking up, but he was just getting pissed. You can tell the aggressiveness of Marty Scurll was really coming out. Gave a huge lariat to Kushida. Went for the crossface chicken wing, but Kushida was able to, you know, counter it into a what the fuck's the small package pile driver, pretty much, onto Marty Scurll for the 1-2-3 to win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, which I wasn't a fan of. You know, I love Kushida, I think he's great, but I don't care to ever see Kushida with that championship anymore, or at least anytime soon. I just feel like that's not one problem in Japan. They just rotate between the same people with championships. It just really gets old, and Kushida's one of those guys that gets rotated for that championship, and I don't know. I know Marty Scurll held it before, but I was really hoping for Marty to win it again, but, you know. Kushida wins it. Great match, like I said. No complaints really for me. Enjoyed it. Thought it was a hell of a fight. And then from there, I'm going to go to, of course, the number 1 contenders match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 13. Hiroshi Tanahashi defending his G1 briefcase against the Knife Pervert, Switchblade, Jay White. So, their match at Wrestle Kingdom this year, I wasn't a fan of. I thought the match was boring as fuck, and I didn't enjoy it. And I didn't see their match from G1, so I'm just judging based off the first match. So, going into it, I had no excitement. I didn't care for it. But I will say, this was a great match. I thought the storytelling was great. The drama was there. To the point where I legitimately thought Jay White was going to beat Tanahashi at one point. That's how much, you know, they were able to invest me into this match and thinking that there was a possibility Tanahashi was going to lose a briefcase. I thought they did a tremendous job. The heat on Jay White was tremendous. I thought he was great. Tanahashi worked his ass off, Soul's ass off as well. And it was a great match. I can't sit here and tell you it was bad. I honestly did enjoy it. Right early on, you know, they had some counter, you know, some chain wrestling, not really too much. Goto got involved. Jay White would then chop block Tanahashi's leg, which would be the story of the match. Jay White just targeting the leg of Tanahashi, mocking him. Goto at one point hit his leg with the briefcase against the post, which would add to it. Jay White was just, you know, working over that leg, working over it. Tanahashi got a small glimpse of opportunity. High five flow onto the outside onto Jay White, which would at that point Tanahashi would kind of, you know, remain in control. Had a great spot in this match where they were just doing reversal after reversal for like a solid minute. It was absolutely fucking awesome. I couldn't even begin to tell you the reversals that they're doing. It was just so quick and so awesome. That was definitely a great spot. And then, you know, they definitely teased Tanahashi losing a handful of times. You know, Tanahashi at the high five flow, but the referee got taken up by Goto, so he was not able to get the win. Goto get back involved, you know, had the brass knucks, tried to hit Tanahashi. Tanahashi able to, you know, duck. And then, you know, Jay White low blow with a chair, and then just, you know, dominate over Tanahashi to the point where you're thinking, this fucker's really gonna fucking win. He's really gonna get the upset win over Tanahashi. But no, he goes for Blade Runner. Tanahashi reverses it into a roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Tanahashi defeats Jay White, which I was very... Why do I always do that? I always go 1, 2, 3, and then I'll put the fourth finger. I don't know why I always do that. I always fucking do that. But Tanahashi defeats Jay White. That was a great match. You know, I've been very open about how I don't like Jay White. But I thought he did a tremendous job, and they've been building him up pretty well, and they've been protecting him as well when he loses. So I definitely thought it was, you know, a prime example here of them protecting him. And of course, afterwards, you know, the beatdown Tanahashi begins. Okada makes a save. Okada goes to attack Goto, but then Jado comes in to, you know, convince him otherwise. And then all of a sudden, Bullet Club OG come out, and I'm thinking, oh god, here we go. And then, you know, Bullet Club OG grab both Goto and Jado, and they say, hey, pick one and attack one of them. And Okada goes, okay, fuck it, I'll go after Goto. Goes to Goto, gets laid out by Tama Tonga and the gun stun. Bullet Club OG take out Okada, beat him down. And then Jay White joins Bullet Club OG. And of course, they make it known on commentary that, you know, the invitation was given by Kenny Omega to Jay White at New Year's Dash, but Jay White turned it down. And then it wasn't mentioned on commentary, but someone pointed out on Twitter that Tama Tonga, in an interview after New Year's Dash, said that maybe the wrong person asked Jay White to join Bullet Club. So the fact that that was implemented was just fantastic storytelling. 9 months ago this happened, and they're just not implementing it. Absolutely awesome. But Jay White joining Bullet Club, throwing up a 2-sweet, makes me not want to ever do this again. I just, as much as he's been doing well, I'm not stalling Jay White still. So great match, and we're probably gonna get Jay White and Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, which hopefully it's a great match. But besides that, not really too excited for Jay White's push. Like I said earlier, I do believe Juice Robinson should be in the spot. Not necessarily a heel, but I do think Juice Robinson should be getting the mega push that Jay White's getting. But that's just me. And then, of course, from there, we go to the main event, which was a three-way match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Kenny Omega taking on Kota Ibushi and Cody, which I thought was a great match. But you can definitely tell that, I'm not ragging on the guy here, but you can definitely tell Cody is nowhere near Ibushi and Omega's level. I just feel like you definitely can tell his involvement in this match affected the match quality. It was a great match, but definitely wasn't a match either candidate that it definitely would have been if it was just Kenny versus Kota one-on-one. But I thought Cody played as well, tremendously well in this match. You know, he was just there to stir shit up. He was there to, you know, kind of capitalize on the argument between Ibushi and Omega. So even though, like I said, Cody kind of brought the match quality down, he played his role perfectly, and I have really no complaints about that. But this was a great triple threat still. I'm not taking away, you know, I'm not saying it wasn't a great match still. It just wasn't amazing that it could have been, like I said, one-on-one with Kenny and Ibushi when, you know, they had a fantastic match at the G1. So that's just kind of unfortunate. But, you know, early on, it was kind of just tag teaming Cody for a while. You know, Ibushi and Omega would just tag team Cody until at one point, you know, Ibushi went for the moonsault, but Kenny stopped him and, you know, put him in for the one-winged angel, but Kota fought out of it. There was one point where they're just beating the shit out of Cody, which poor Cody was just getting like dragging sleeper after dragging sleeper from Kenny, and Kota was just absolutely annihilating him as well. Poor guy just got his absolute ass kicked. Kenny took a pretty nasty table bump. You know, he tried to springboard, but then he got knocked off. No, he got power bombed. No, he got knocked off and went through a table. Kenny actually power bombed Cody through a table early on in the match as well, through the announce table, which was pretty nasty. You know, I give Cody shit, but he takes pretty nasty bumps. I'll give him that. And then, of course, you know, tension came with Cody, or not Cody, with Kenny and Ibushi when, you know, Ibushi pretty much had Cody beat. And, you know, he hit him with the Kamgari knee, I always fucked it up. It's pretty much the Bumier, but instead of running, he just grabs him. You know what I'm talking about. I always butcher the fucking names, I swear. He had him beat, basically, but Kenny prevented it, which pissed Ibushi off. You can tell the look on Ibushi's face was just like, you motherfucker. And he just palm strikes. He started just beating the fuck out of Kenny, which I thought was great. And then, of course, Cody got involved. He tried to bring in a steel chair, but the Bucks talked him out of it. Or no, he put the chair down, then grabbed his U.S. title instead. The Bucks talked him out of it, threw the title to the Bucks, and then behind the Bucks' back, grabbed the steel chair. Which I thought was pretty funny. It was like he's trying to be a good guy, but be an asshole still at the same time. So I thought that was pretty funny. But back in the ring, hit the crossroads on Kenny Omega twice for a near fall. Kenny kicked out of it. Cody got taken out. Omega got hit with the Bumier knee from Kota. He actually hit a Bumier for a near fall right there. And then Kenny just destroyed Kota with the Arana V-trigger, one-winged angel, 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega defeats both men to retain his IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, I thought it was a great match still, but, you know, the involvement of Cody, even though for story purposes, he served great, match purposes, you know, match quality-wise, I should say, he shouldn't have been there. But after the match, of course, you know, Kenny cut a promo, saying he wasn't going to cut a promo until Ibushi stood up. Ibushi stood up. After that, Tanahashi came out. They cut a promo about the Wrestle Kingdom match. And it's officially set. It's going to be Tanahashi and Omega for the title of Wrestle Kingdom 13, which should be a great match. You know, those two have had great matches past. You know, when Omega, pretty much his push got launched once AJ Styles left, was at the expense of Tanahashi. So, you know, I think they could put on an awesome Wrestle Kingdom Classic main event. So, I'm looking forward to that. But like I said, all in all, I thought Wrestle Kingdom was a great show. You know, it definitely progressed a lot of stories, it had tensions. You know, it made me wanting more. I'll say that. That's the best way I can put it. It made me wanting more, even though there really isn't anything must-see or any matches or candidates. It still intrigues me, and it still makes you want to continue watching going forward. So, definitely accomplished that. And it definitely was a fun show. It wasn't too long, but, you know, I definitely still enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like below. And, of course, till next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.